I really feel like I need to say this because I'm not sure I've ever really said it. Considering my content is very rooted in compassion and understanding for all attachment styles, I understand these things are rooted in trauma, and it's not someone's fault if they have avoidant attachment or anxious, or if they have a personality disorder. That's not someone's fault. But it doesn't give someone an out to continue causing harm. And it is our responsibility as people to be taking accountability for our behavior and to be working on it. And so this is what I want to say. I truly believe, and I'm saying this as a fearful avoidant myself, okay? I truly believe that avoidant behavior is much more destructive than anxious behavior ever will be. That doesn't mean I don't think anxious people cause harm. They do, okay? The core of an anxious person is to be hypervigilant, to kind of neglect their own needs and prioritize the needs of everyone else, particularly their romantic partner. So they kind of put their partner at the center of their world, and they become very, very accommodating and overgiving. And a lot of times that can come with codependency and resentment. But anxious people are typically, if you don't have other things involved like personality disorders, anxious people are typically very loyal, very honest, very communicative, very loving. They just want to be with you, they just want to be loved and validated by you. But the core of an avoidant person is hyper independence and a huge fear of rejection. So this distrust of other people. And that can breed a lot of unintentional emotional abuse in relationships. I don't believe that most avoidant people have any idea that they're avoidant. This is 1/4 of the population. And I truly don't think most of these people have any idea. I don't think they know. I don't think they go into relationships thinking, oh my God, I can't wait until I can start distancing from this person, making them feel crazy, abandoning them out of the blue. No, they want love just like everyone else. They go into relationships because they like the person, they want to have a connection with this person. But this is where we get into intent versus impact. Just because it wasn't your intention doesn't take away the impact that it's having. And I really learned this lesson hard a number of months ago when I had, a connection with someone and I was avoidant. And I really saw how fucking heinous that behavior can be in myself, and how me impulsively getting involved with someone without thinking, without, just not knowing who I am, not knowing what I want, and just acting impulsive can really just be so stupid and can cause so much harm in someone else's life. And the problem is, this is irreparable damage. Once you do it, you can't take it back, And while I do believe no one is ever fully to blame, it's never just one person's fault, unless you're dealing with a literal fucking abuser or some power differential. In most relationships, it's never just one person's fault. But when I look back at this situation particularly that I had with this person, I was the problem. Do I think that he was also being impulsive getting involved with me? I had just got out of a breakup, and obviously I wasn't in a very good place, but when I look back at that, I was the problem. I was the one causing harm. And the irony is not lost on me that just a number of months before that, I had just been the victim of an avoidant. It is emotionally abusive what avoidants end up doing to people in relationships. It is. It's not normal. You're allowed to have personal space, you're allowed to have boundaries, but the problem is when you start distancing from your partner, when you start withholding sex and intimacy, and you don't communicate that, you don't communicate why you're acting the way you are, why you need all this space, why you don't answer your phone anymore, why you're always busy on the weekends now, why we don't kiss or have sex anymore. You know what that does to your partner? That is so fucking damaging. That makes your partner feel so crazy, so fucking crazy. It puts your partner into a panic. It makes your partner feel so anxious, crying themselves to sleep every night. I can't even tell you how horrible that felt, but you guys know because you probably experienced it if you're watching this video. And then to be just abruptly blindsided one day and have this person leave, and they have this list of all the things they didn't like about you, and they never fucking once told you a single thing, and you're just standing there with your jaw on the floor being like, are you fucking serious right now? It's confusing, it's hurtful, it sends you into a literal physical withdrawal. It's fucking awful. My goal in this video is not to demonize avoidance or to say, oh, you're such horrible people. I don't believe that. I don't believe that people are all good or all bad. I think that people have, many characteristics that make up who they are. And I believe that there can be bad behavior, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad person, right? Take me, for instance. Like, I don't think I'm a bad person, but I definitely didn't have the greatest behavior in this situation with this person. I definitely didn't have the best behavior. Okay? Does that make me a bad person? No. But you know what would make me a bad person? If I didn't learn from that shit, if I didn't say like, holy fuck, you know, like that was fucked up. And I just went and did it again to somebody else. That would make me shitty. Okay? And I refuse to do that. Like, I am going to learn my lesson. I don't want to hurt people. I don't want to make people feel this way. And what is so disgusting to me is the type of people who enter relationships where they are cheating, lying. I don't give a fuck if you're avoidant, okay? If you're in relationships and you start getting scared and you start cheating and lying, and then you abruptly leave that person and you go get involved with someone else right after, and you do that same shit to them and you just keep repeating it, that's fucked. That's shitty. You are making active choices to do that. This is irreparable damage you are doing to people's life. People sometimes don't recover from that shit. Like, I don't think people understand, like, sometimes people don't recover from being betrayed in that way. Like, getting cheated on really fucking hurts. So I'm just validating for people. If you're in pain right now, if an avoidant just hurt you, you have every right to feel that pain. Compassion is important, understanding is important to a degree, but it's also okay to say, that hurt. That was fucked up. That wasn't okay. I didn't deserve that.